Hey dudes. Okay, so tonight's going to be a little different. Tonight's going to be another one of those videos where me, DB Geek, is just going to talk to all of you. Something that I've actually been really meaning to share with all of you. Now, first of all, before any of you guys think straight away, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm completely fine. It's just like, I don't want you guys going and saying, yo, DB Geek is like depressed or something. Like, what's wrong, bro? Are you okay? I am good. No, as a matter of fact, I am great. Like, things are going so good this year that I don't know what's going on. Honestly. Like, right now, I'm feeling great about everything. With life, with, the YouTube channel, with work, and just everything. Everything is coming together just fine. And better than I could ever imagine, actually. So don't worry, there's nothing wrong with me. Tonight is just a little bit different because I feel like talking to you. And I know I do this now and again. And it's important to me, like I've said so many times before, to let you guys know that I am a real person. This is me just being me, and I'm not being fake. Because the number one thing that I want you all to understand is that this isn't a person being somebody else. This isn't somebody trying to be a different person just for views, just for, other people to like me or whatever. This channel, this person that you see in front of the camera daily is me being me. So that's important for you guys to know that. So that is why I always want to take the time to talk to all of you on a personal level. Like right now. It's important to me. And yes, if in case you guys are wondering, right now I am actually watching a live feed of space again. I've done this before, but I think it's just appropriate. Because I love space and it makes me think and it makes me want to, talk to you properly. But anyway, I'm rambling on way too much about whatever. Tonight I just wanted to talk about something, and it's something that, like, I thought about this a while ago, and I said to myself, I'd love to share this with someone, because I've never actually done that before. I've never actually said this to anyone. No one, So why not share it with all of you? Why not share something that I've, never truly said, out loud to all of you. Now, don't think it's some deep, dark secret or something like that. It's not like that. It's just a certain time in my life that I found difficult. When you go back around 10 years or so, maybe less, at a time where I was in school, okay, there was a moment in my life that wasn't so good for me, and that was when I was in school. Over here we call it secondary school, and I'm sure over in the States it's high school, and other places it's different as well, but over here we call it secondary school. And it was so different for me from coming from, what we call primary school, and then going to this secondary school or high school. It was so difficult for me because I came from a small school, that didn't comprise of a whole lot of students. And I made some friends there because we're just kids, and kids are always going to be kids, and it didn't really matter. Nothing mattered when you were a kid. But when you get to that stage where, you're going towards adulthood, it gets really tough because the friends that you grew up with are either no longer your friends or got different friends or just don't talk to you anymore in general. And that's kind of the problem I had when I was in school. I didn't really have that many friends. You know, it wasn't an easy time for me. And I think the reason for this was because I liked so many different things that everybody that I seemed to be surrounded by either didn't know what it was or had no interest. And then I kind of thought, maybe I'm just weird. Maybe I don't fit in here. And that is when it began. That is when I realized that I'm not accepted. But I feel like this was just something that was in my head, you know, because I know I'm not the only one that felt that way. I know there was probably somebody else in the exact same shoes as me. But I was either too afraid to talk to them, approach them, or never even noticed them. You know, so that was one of the hardest things in my life, was trying to get through those years with having little to no friends. Or, you know, don't get me wrong, there was people that I hung around with, but they were all friends with each other. You know, I was just kind of the quiet guy that didn't really say much, just kind of, you know, hung out with them because I didn't want to be caught being by myself wandering the corridors, which has happened before a few times. And, you know, those, 7-8 hours in the day were so tough. You know, sometimes I'd be glad to go back to class because I wasn't going to be on my own anymore. You know, because I was in a classroom and everybody is there and nobody's going to be talking because we're in class. So it didn't matter to me. I felt like, you know, I was a part of it. But then, you know, the hours in between were so tough. And I hated it. I hated it so freaking much. And, you know, it made me so sad that the majority of my day was either that I was alone or just felt like I didn't belong. And it was the hardest thing in the world. And I hated it so much. And it had a massive effect on me growing up. It did. And what got me through it, what made me happy, was when I was dropped home. Like, me and my brother, you know, my brother was this kind of very similar to me. He was quiet in school as well. But we got on, you know, we were like best friends. And we're still really close. Because we liked everything, because we grew up together and we watched the same things and we done all the same things together, and that's why we were so happy with each other. And the one thing that we always looked forward to the most was getting dropped home on the top of our road or our lane, and we'd sprint straight down to the house, you know, take our bags off and throw them to the ground and turn on the TV, and the first thing that was on when we got home was Dragon Ball Z. And nobody in school knew what that was. Nobody. It felt like me and my brother were the only two that actually knew what Dragon Ball Z was. And that just freaks me out. How could you not know this shit? You know? And when we came home and that was on, you know, I forgot everything. Everything that happened before that was gone. It didn't matter to me anymore because I was in that place where I was the happiest. I know that might sound silly to a lot of people, that you were the happiest because a cartoon was on TV. It was more than that. You know, I grew up with it. And it wasn't just that. There were so many other things that I watched after that. You know, we had Samurai Jack growing up as well. We had like Ed, Edd and Eddy on TV. We had Dexter's Laboratory. And then we had like the shows like on Fox Kids, this is like Power Rangers and Kamen Rider and the Beetleborgs, and like they were the best things ever. And I think that was kind of the foreshadowing of this channel that you see here today. And as weird as that sounds, that's exactly what you get here. You get the same kid that used to, you know, scream at the TV or do a Kamehameha blast at the TV. Except I'm a grown ass man now and I do it in front of the camera. It's the exact same person. just years and years in the future. And that sounds so sad when I say it out loud. That sounds like I'm such a loser or whatever. But I don't care. And the best thing about it is you guys love it. And what means the most to me is the fact that you guys can relate as well. And that's why I feel like I can share this to all of you. Because being accepted is not an easy thing. Especially when you're surrounded by people that don't like anything you like. Or understand it or whatever. Because I know a lot of people, they look at Ireland and they say, whoa, it's a beautiful country. It's a place that I want to visit. And I get that. You know, I do not resent this country. I love this country. And I am proud to be Irish as well. But there is a lot here. And there's a lot of people here that don't understand the stuff that you see here on this channel. They don't get it. You know, even till this day, when people find out that I have a YouTube channel, they're like, oh, what's that stuff that you watch on your channel? What is that? You know, what are those cartoons? And like, the worst thing you could say to an anime lover is, all you do is watch cartoons. And when they call them cartoons, of course, all of you guys and a lot of people can relate when they say that to you. It just makes your blood boil, because it's not cartoons, for crying out loud. I hate that. It makes my blood boil so much when people call it cartoons. It's so much more than that, you know. And then people say, oh, you need to grow up because you're just watching kids shows. And then, you know, how is the likes of Tokyo Ghoul a kids show? I mean, ghouls eating people, how is that a kid's show? I mean, seriously. There's so many things that just, it makes my mind boggle. I can't understand it. And that is kind of one thing I don't like about this particular country, is the fact that a lot of people here, they thrive off normality. They live in a world where they have to follow what society tell them to follow. And they think that's their happy ending. That's the way it's going to be. But to me, it's so much more than that. There's so much to explore. There's so much to see in this world. It's always great to have an open mind. And it's important to me to be the person that's willing to explore everything. And that is everything that you see on this channel. Is the stuff that I love. And all the new stuff that I find here. Thanks to all of you, by the way. That's important to me, you know. And, you know, this video seems to be sounding like a lot of rambling on, which most of it is, to be honest. But to get back to what I was talking about, growing up in school was so tough for me. And the worst thing about it is not only that school was tough and having no friends or whatever in school was tough, but, you know, there was family problems as well. And I'm not going to go into that. And I'm not here for you guys to give me sympathy or anything like that. This is just me telling you that there was a time in life where it was just so goddamn depressing. Like, really, really was. And the family stuff, it did get serious. It did. It got so serious to a point that my parents, they split up for a while. And, you know, that all happened as, you know, coming into adulthood. And it was during growing up that happened. And, you know, there'd be arguments happening in the background. And you know what I did to drown it out? Of course, watch my favorite TV shows. Watch all the stuff that made me happy. And then, you know, talk about it afterwards to my brother. Because he's like the only person I could talk to about it. And those are the things that mean the most to me. And that is why all the stuff that you see on the channel means so much to me. Is why I am passionate about it. Because it's literally got me through the toughest times in my life. Literally. And I don't know where I'd be without it. Honestly, I don't know what kind of person I would turn out to be without it. And it's because of these shows, it's because of these things growing up that I became this person. And it took me a long ass time to get out of this cocoon that I wrapped myself in. And it's only like the last few years or so that I actually snapped out of it. You know, I've embraced who I am. I've fully embraced the person I want to be. And I give that to you guys daily. And I'm so happy. I've never been happier. And that's the truth. You know, that's the God honest truth. Like right now, the way things are going, the way this channel is going, I couldn't be happier. Really, really can't. And I have all of you to thank for it. Thank for it. I know a lot of you guys, you only come to this channel to hear me say thank you when I don't actually pronounce the H. I just say thank. But all Irish people do that. I'm sure Jack, if you watch these videos, he has the exact same problem as I do. We're just too lazy to pronounce our H's. Okay, we don't really say thank you. We say thank you. Oh my god, or I thought that true. You know what I mean? So whatever. I know you guys laugh at that every time I do it. Even in my disclaimers, I didn't even notice until you guys pointed it out that I don't actually pronounce my H's. But that doesn't matter. I don't care. That's my accent. I can't do anything about that. But seriously, guys, thank you so much for everything. Honestly, because I feel like now this channel has drawn a community of people that are so like-minded now that all of us can get along. And I think, you know, whenever it happens that I walk down some street somewhere and I happen to bump into one of you guys, and then you guys go up to me and you say, you know, I watch your videos, I know immediately, like straight away, can guarantee you that we're friends. Just like that. Because if you come here regularly to see this channel and to see me and see what I'm going to be talking about or what I'm reacting to or what I'm playing or what I'm just going to say, and you take the time and you enjoy it, then I know that me and you are friends. I genuinely think that I am friends with all of you because you're just like me. You came here for a reason and you're staying here for a reason. And you know, one day I will get to meet some of you guys. Who knows? I might meet some of you guys sooner rather than later. And I know we're going to get along just like that. I know that for a fact. And that is why I'm my happiest right now, because that moment in my life where I felt like I was the only person on the planet, or I felt so alone and not accepted anywhere or be a part of any group or anything, I am now sitting here right now talking to almost 30,000 of you that I can call my friends. And that's the truth. That is the God honest truth. I don't know. You know, I don't want this to be a depressing video, even though it basically kind of sounds like one, but it's not. It's just something that I wanted to share and never really openly talked about to anyone. And well, I did talk about this, of course, to my girlfriend. And you know, she is understanding of it and all that stuff, but I wanted to talk to a wide audience, and that's all of you guys, and you mean so much to me. All of you. Anybody that's sitting right now, either looking at their phone or their computer or laptop or whatever, and I've gotten this far into the video, then I know you guys care. I know you care. And that means so much to me. It really does. So, thanks so much, guys, for just tuning in again to one of these DMCs, if you want to call it that, deep meaningful conversation. It's just me sitting down talking, and I've said it so many times, it's important to do this because I want to be real. I don't want you guys just to get DB Geek, geeking out, having fun. I want you guys to get me being me, just sharing something like this now and again. So thank you so much for joining me here tonight. I hope you guys are having an awesome time. I hope life is going great. I hope the year is going great for all of you, because right now, you know, this channel is growing so rapidly right now. I mean, we're already hitting 30k so soon. I mean, I can't even believe that. I said to myself last month that if I hit 30k, you know, before June or mid-June, I'll be really happy. We're getting so close already. You know, we're only the start of May. That's insane. So thank you all so much. I don't know what to say. Honestly, I don't. You guys are amazing. You make everything so much better. So thank you all so much. And taking the time to listen to what I have to say. So if any of you guys have watched this video and you can relate to what I just said, or maybe you are going through that moment right now, that right now you're going through a stage in your life where you feel like you're, you know, alone. You don't really have that many friends, or you have friends but you can't truly be yourself around them, and you feel this small. You're not. You are not alone, my friend. You are not. Trust me, I was so wrong. I was never alone. I was just blind. So just take a step back, wake up and open your eyes, and see all the people that can genuinely be your friends, and see all the people in your life that are. Because I can guarantee you, you're definitely not alone. We're all in this together. So please, don't do what I do. Don't do what I did and trap yourself in a shell and refuse to get out of it because you feel like there's nobody around to help you. There is so many people there. You just have to find them. Okay? But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I don't even know how long this video is going on for. But honestly, deep down bottom of my heart, thank you all so much for being here and helping me, you know, and helping me achieve pure happiness, because that's what all of you have done. So thank you so much. Seriously. And good night.